Hi, Kelly here from Cochrane Toyota. We're located at 8 Riverheads Drive, Cochrane, Alberta. And today I've got a 2020 TRD Off-Road, but a special edition. This is a KR7 Crave truck. This thing is an amazing overland truck. Let me go through it with you. All right, so this truck has got so many different things on it. It is an incredible vehicle. This is not just a highway princess. This thing is geared up, ready to go to off-road with the best of them. If you're looking for a Overlander, this is an incredible start. He really crushed this one for us. Let's start off with the tires. Right from the get-go, you've got Yokohama Geolandars. These are 35-inch by 12.5 tires on 17-inch rims. Again, just an amazing looking set. And there's a 12mm offset on this guy, a 10mm offset on this guy. So it just fits perfectly. I'll jump into the back and you can see that they've got a way to just get this thing to fit with the flares on this guy, so they're not poking out too much. They got the mud flaps there for you. Just a perfect fit on these guys. They've increased the lug nuts on these things to make sure you're good to go. And of course, those rims are just amazing. They're SR8s and the matte black 17-inch, just awesome. Now the lift kit, this is really a stunner for me. This lift kit is a 2.5-inch Elka with extended travel coilovers. These things are pretty incredible. So if you take a peek on the inside of here, there's a ton of stuff that more than just the shocks and stuff that they made to make these things work. But again, just an incredible ride. It's going to give you all the traction and articulation you need, but on the highway, you're not going to feel like you're mushy all over the place. Part of that is to do with the Dakar upgrade leaf pack in the back here. So if you take a peek back here, they've upgraded that leaf pack, and again with that suspension in there, just an amazing touch. So overall, the suspension and tires kind of make this car, but then they've done a bunch of other things. They've actually done the Nitro 4.88 gears on the back, and then a front differential camshaft bushing upgrade. So again, this thing is just geared and ready to go. A couple other things you're going to see right off the bat is the Prinsu aluminum roof rack. So the nice part about this is if you take a peek, there's lots of racks on there to stick whatever you're looking for. So whatever your heart desires to stick on this guy, it's gonna go on there. And the nice part, it's got that drop on there, so you're gonna get very minimal noise on there. Just an awesome all-around vehicle. They've also put the armoring on this guy, so your rock sliders, your green lane rock guards here for you. Just awesome vehicle. So they're not just running boards. These things will allow you to body armor from rocks and stuff like that when you're going heavy off-roading with this guy. Then up front, we've got Miramoto XB fog lights on this guy. So these things are super bright, but the nice part about them, they are DOT approved, so you don't need to worry about getting in trouble of having too bright lights on this guy. And then of course, up front, you've got a full green lane stump bumper here. That thing's awesome. If it tucks in there, it's one of those ones that just doesn't stand out huge, but it's just enough to make sure this thing is awesome. Take a peek at that. And of course, you've got the Smitty built 10,000-pound winch on this guy with a synthetic rope. And again, it's got the wireless remote inside as well. So again, just a really nice setup on this guy. You're not gonna get stuck anywhere. The Crave team has really set this truck up nice. And again, like I said, this is not a highway princess. This is gonna be an Overlander with the best of them. So depending on what you wanna do from here, you've got an amazing, amazing truck to start off with. But again, the TRD Off-Road comes with a lot of cool things from the get-go. So on top of all the things that Crave has helped us out with this thing, you're gonna get all the factory stuff that the Off-Road comes with. So from the first off, you're gonna have the radar cruise control up front. So again, this guy's gonna allow you to tuck into traffic without having to worry about what the person in front of you is doing. You can adjust how far you wanna sit with that thing. I'll show you on the inside what that looks like. Up front, you do have the lane departure and anti-collision camera. You can see that little triangle up there. Essentially what that thing's doing is watching for lines in the road, and will give you an audible warning when you start wandering away out of the lines, kind of like a built-in rumble strip. It's also looking for people and animals, not people or animals, sorry. It's looking for people and silhouettes. If it deems you're gonna hit them, they're actually gonna bring your truck to a dead stop for you, where the cruise control radar cruise is gonna take you down to 30K an hour. So that's a nice touch as well. We'll jump into the back of this guy. Inside this truck, you're gonna have lots of little storage spaces in here. You're gonna have underneath here, if you tuck back here, you're gonna have some more storage space back here. So depending on where you wanna tuck everything, you've got that. Plus the nice part is you can take your family. This has triple harnesses underneath here. So you've got your rear harness plus the two backs. So you got 2 triple harness child seat pieces and then 1 with the seat belt. So you can fit 3 child seats across. And of course, if you'll notice these things, the new things on these off-road trucks is this soft touch material. real hard to scratch. If you can see that in the camera, this is going to be a nice feature, not having to worry about messing up your truck. Power windows, of course, cup holders in the back. One of the things I like about these new off-roads is they give you a smart key. So if I grab the key, it looks like this. That allows me to just touch this button right here, or the sensor, to lock up my truck, locks all the doors for me, and if I need to, I can reach in and unlock it right from there. So the sensor on the back of that seat, door handle. The nice part is, with this key, I can actually adjust which doors I want to have open. So if I press and hold these two buttons, where is it? Right there. Press and hold these two buttons and hold them down, you'll hear the truck beep, and that will adjust to have all the doors unlock or just this one here. So depending on what you feel most comfortable with. Inside here, you're gonna have your power windows, automatic fronts, power locks, the lockout window in the back to keep the jerks from messing with your windows. Your mirrors are right there for you. And on this guy, you're gonna have power seats as well. So you have power lumbar, power back, and then the power bottom as well. Really nice upgrade, especially in the 20. And of course, these off-road have really nice cloth seats in them. So just a good all around look in them. And they're gonna be nice and warm throughout the season because they do have heated seats. I'll show you that as well. On this side, you're gonna have your traction control setting right there. So I can turn it off or almost off with that button. I've got my automatic headlights. So if I press that button, you can hear that click, it stays there. And I take this guy, click it to auto, push this forward, and never had to touch my headlights again because that camera right in behind there is gonna be watching for me and turn my high beams off when they need to. This is for the power outlet in the back, which is a nice touch. So again, you've got that portable generator wherever you go. I'll jump inside this truck, show you a couple more features on the inside. All right, so when you jump in these guys, one of the things you're gonna notice is how much nicer the interior of these Tacomas are. They really stepped up their game on these guys. They're much quieter than they used to be. There's lots more room. And again, just the fit and finish of these things is still top notch. It's just an awesome all around truck. We'll start off with a steering wheel here. You got this molded leather wrap steering wheel with a nice kind of perforation all the way through. In the back, I can hold on. There's a little grip back there for my fingers, and you can see that groove right there. Nice, comfortable spot no matter how I drive. This thing will actually hold out really nicely. On this side, you're going to have your music information, so I can change the stations, change the song volume right there. I've got my voice command for the navigation and the whole works. Then I can adjust through XM satellite and all sorts of things. Apple CarPlay, the whole works, I can adjust right through there. Pick up and hang up phone. On this side, I've got my cruise control and my radar adaptive cruise, so I can set this how far I want it to be. Then the lane departure, I can turn on or off. And then again, inside there's going to be some functions I can adjust right there. Plus, this is going to give me the ability to roll through that. Let's turn the car on, and I'll show you inside this. While we're doing that, this is a telescoping steering wheel, so you can pull it forward, up, and down, whatever you prefer. So we jump into the Tacoma right there. First off, you're gonna have your digital speedometer. And you see up on the top there, you've got your 3 degrees outside, plus it's blinking. That's telling me that it's cold enough to have some ice, so be careful while you're driving. That is gonna adjust my traction control and the whole bit for me automatically without having to worry about it. So right now, we don't have a whole heck of a lot of kilometers on this guy, but with the lift kit and everything, we had to give it a little bit of a run to make sure everything is the way it should be. But that digital speedometer, I think, is gonna be your best touch. Let's start going over here. Actually, there's more information down here. So fuel economy all the way through, your trip information. This I can set up to tell me, it's like a driving timer. So depending on how long I go, I can set that for me. But I think the digital speedometer is where you're gonna spend most of your time. I've got a compass on this guy. I think underneath here we got something. No, just the compass right there. Audio, if I turn the audio on, I can actually see it right there. So as I roll through the stations, so if I go to our local guy, you can see me using my knobs to switch this. Pops it in there, but I can adjust that accordingly. In here, I've got my traction control, radar cruise, and all that. You can see it set in there. I can adjust those settings. Here, I've got my tire pressures. So if I'm off-roading, I can really hone those things in there for you. And then any messages the truck's trying to tell you is going to be right there for you. And then again, I've got settings here that I can go through and adjust the colorings and those kinds of details. Once I've got everything the way I want, I can save in the driver modes right there. But again, pretty awesome setup in that center. But like I said, I think that digital speedometer is where you're going to spend most of your time. We'll jump in this guy. Inside here, you're going to have some of the kits and stuff, D-rings and stuff for the front that the Crave has set up for us. In here, you're going to have your sport shifter. So again, you can gear down, gear up, whatever you need to do, depending on whether you're going downhill or passing somebody or just off-roading with the best of them. In here, you've got this removable piece. If you look in there, there's no little holes or cracks or second pieces that you need to clean out. That's a really easy cleaning piece, and that to me is one of the big pieces. Underneath here, see that little light? That's gonna shine in there, and that's easily big enough to put a cell phone in there. In this guy, you've got your power rear mirror, or rear window, sorry, so you can adjust that. You got USB port right there. That's gonna hard connect to your stereo, and then your ECT power. So essentially what this is like a tow haul mode. It's gonna adjust your shift points and those kinds of details. You do have heated mirrors right there for you, so you click that on, heated mirrors. Your 4-wheel drive is just a click away. You can switch this under 80K an hour. You can switch it on the fly, and then 4-wheel low, of course, you need to be in neutral to have that thing switch over. Dual climate control on these guys, which is a nice touch. You can have the passenger set where they want. If you hit sync, it will all work off of this guy right here. Let me just turn this guy off. Where's the off button so they can not drown me out? But again, change the modes. Heated seats for both guys right there. And then of course, one of my favorite pieces is this guy right here. This system is just a one touch away. So you've got your navigation system in there. A couple of things like this.
Before you start, consider viewing the available video tutorials or voice training functionality.
So all this stuff, once you're done, you can press that button and not have to worry about it. But it's going to give you the touch there. Find McDonald's.
Showing results for McDonald's.
So I can either talk my way through this or press the buttons.
Starting guidance for a new route.
So I can pick any of the routes I want, so it's going to give me multiple different versions of driving. I can actually set in this what I'd like. So if I want to avoid highways or toll booths or bridges or stuff like that, I can actually set that into the settings. But for now, it jumps in there and off I go.
Highlighted route, then the route guidance will start.
A couple of things I like in this new system is I can actually turn the voice off right there. I don't have to listen to the voice all the way through. And if I do want to get rid of this thing because I see the golden arches, all I have to do is press that X right there. Are you sure? Yep, pops it right out. So again, really nice system. Hit home, goes back to the audio, so I can adjust that and go through what I'd like. So Sirius XM, whatever I've got in there, go back to the home. And again, this is a nice part, is no matter what button I need to press to use my cell phone, it's going to take me right to that. So if I want to remove one, sorry Crave, we're going to remove yours right there. Hit yes. That's going to pop that out, and it's that simple to get rid of it. Same thing as going into one. I can add a new device, same deal, and now I just go into my settings on my phone and off I go. So super simple to use. If you've not used one of these things, it is super easy to use. The other nice part is you do have a nice backup camera. You can see bumper tip to bumper tip, and then a nice wide angle there as well. Just a really nice option. A couple of the other nice things about this guy is it does have crawl control up here. So you've got your crawl control mode. So again, when you're taking this thing off-road, you can really adjust how this thing is going to work for you. Crawling, mud and snow, I can really dial it into how I want this thing to work. Plus you have your locking rear differential there. And of course the SOS button, that's a concierge service and a safety piece there for you as well. So really nice options. Lockable storage space here. And of course you've got your plug-in block heater in there. You've got your there's an orange bag in there somewhere that you're going to have your wheel locks in there as well. You've also got your winch control right there, and again a couple other things that are just going to be awesome there for you. So overall, an amazing truck. There's so many little things in this thing that I didn't mention, all the little components to make sure everything works. Crave goes through and makes sure everything is absolutely top notch. You know, the drop of the differentials and a couple different things that they did that I didn't mention, but overall amazing truck. Anyways, come on down, take a peek at a Cochrane Toyota.